Hi, I'm Blake Beckman, and today I want to share with you my adventures aboard the Carnival Vista. Now, because I shot 3 hours worth of video footage over the course of my 8-day cruise, this series will be in 4 parts. Today we'll be going over days 0 to 2. So without further ado, let's get started. On the morning of May 3rd, 2024, after being dropped off to my Grandma Julie's house the night before, we drove for 7 hours. After driving for 7 hours, which included stops at Buc-ee's in Warner Robins, Georgia, and a gas station near Lakeland, Florida, we had lunch at the world's biggest McDonald's located in Orlando, Florida. This was not your typical McDonald's restaurant. It had cakes on display, pizza and pasta on the menu, and an arcade on the second floor right next to the play place. After we ate lunch at the world's biggest McDonald's, we drove for an additional 15 minutes before arriving at the Econo Lodge Hotel, located 15 minutes away from Port Canaveral. As soon as I got to the hotel, I got on my swim clothing and sunscreen on and got in the pool. Using my GoPro underwater cases I got from my parents as an early birthday gift, I was able to bring my GoPros underwater. And as you can see, the picture looks amazing. After eating dinner that night, I got my stuff packed back up and went to bed. The next morning, we took a shuttle from our hotel to Port Canaveral, and when we got there, we saw our ship, the Carnival Vista. The Carnival Vista is the first of its class, and as you will see throughout the series, there are lots of things to do. After going through the terminal, we finally made it aboard the Carnival Vista. As you can see, we saw many places to check out, including the atrium lobby where we got in, the Lido deck on deck 10. There's even a little water park among many other places we'll see. After we ate lunch, we got to our room on the ship, then I walked around the fun decks of the ship, including the sports square on deck 12, the sky ride on deck 13, and the IMAX theater on deck 7. Around 4 p.m., it was time to sail away. To celebrate the start of the vacation, there was a big sail away party on the Lido deck and everyone was there. There was lots of singing and dancing, and lots of great views of the ship sailing away. The next morning, it was our first fun day at sea. To start the second day of the cruise, I went to the Red Frog Rum Bar on the Lido deck and had myself a Pepsi after breakfast to celebrate a fun cruise vacation. Afterwards, I went to one of the 2 pool tables on deck 12 and played some pool. Around lunchtime, I went to the Cucina del Capitano Italian restaurant for lunch. From 12 to 2:30, the restaurant has a pasta lunch that is included with the cruise. I started off with some Italian bread, then got some penne noodles with some hearty marinara sauce. After I ate lunch, I played another game of pool, but this time it was different. Instead of using a pool cue, I used a soccer ball to kick the colored balls into the 6 holes. Later on, I went on the ropes course and got great views of the open ocean and the sports square. At 4 o'clock, I participated in a soccer tournament on the basketball court of the sports square. Now for this segment, I shot it in 60 frames per second for some awesome slow motion, and I had to have the camera on the sideline so that it wouldn't break during the game. There were 4 teams, 2 teams playing each, and the 2 teams that lost had to play each other after round 1. I may not be very good at soccer, but I did my best. After the final round, the winning team was given a golden Carnival Vista trophy. Despite a victory for one team, I couldn't stay for very long because immediately afterwards, me and Grandma Julie went to go see an IMAX 3D documentary called A Beautiful Planet. The documentary is about what life is like aboard the International Space Station, and what it's like to see our home from space. It was a very well-made documentary, and the 3D presentation was great. Although because of limitations, I am only able to show you the trailer of the film in 2D. After we watched A Beautiful Planet in IMAX 3D, we had a dinner reservation at the Fahrenheit 555 Steakhouse. To start dinner off, Grandma Julie had a little tiny cheeseburger slider. And for the meal, I got an 18-ounce cowboy steak with fries, and Grandma Julie got a filet mignon. After our meal, the staff surprised us with a happy birthday song and treat. After we ate dinner, we went to the casino, and I got to try a slot machine for the first time. Don't worry, I had a $20 limit. And after that, I got back to the room and went to bed. Well, that's all for now, but tune in next week for days 3 and 4. This is Blake Beckman, and I'll see you next week.